Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fumble Sports Show on this Friday. No, we've been taking a little bit of time away, but it was my birthday yesterday, so we had to celebrate that in the right way. But we are back. We're talking fantasy football with all of you across all of our platforms: TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Don't know how long we'll be on, but definitely here to help you guys out no matter the platform you're watching on. So make sure you throw your questions and comments in the chat, because we're going to get to as many as we can over the next 30, 45, maybe even 60 minutes of the show. Appreciate you guys being with us. Michaela Petro's got a question between Otten, Ferguson, and Laporta. Interesting matchups for the entire group this week. I think I lean just slightly, though, towards Cade Otton. The matchup for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers isn't as favorable maybe as the one for Ferguson, but I don't know if I trust Rush like I should. I think I go Otton just barely. Christian, thanks for the happy birthday news. Yep, it was my birthday yesterday, 12/12. You know that's how it is. Carlos, Charbonnet or Montgomery? Montgomery. Good matchup against a Bills run defense that has struggled this year. Globo, Jose, Myers, Mooney, or JSN in a non-PPR league. Interesting question. The Raiders this week have that Monday night matchup against the Falcons. Falcons have struggled against the pass. I think Myers is actually the play. Globo, Jose, I'd say Myers. Brandon Jones, which one player should I start? Westbrook Akine or Keon Coleman? I'm going to lean just barely, very, very close on this one. But I think I'm going to lean just slightly towards Westbrook Akine. I don't love it, but I think Westbrook Akine is a slightly better play. Answering your questions across all these platforms, user 756, DJ Moore or Devontae Smith. It's DJ Moore. I like DJ Moore's matchup this week, actually. Chicago Bears against the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings give up a ton of pass yards, so I prefer that. Christian Legion Blitz, DK, Nico, Terry, Garrett Wilson, or Adam Thielen. Pick two. Great question. I really want to start DK. However, I think I'm definitely going to lean towards... you got to put Terry McLaurin in. Terry McLaurin's a must-play for me. I think Garrett Wilson would be number two. The matchup against Jacksonville is a favorable one. So I'd go Terry McLaurin and Garrett Wilson, Christian Legion Blitz. Appreciate the question. Alvaro Garcia, Addison, or Mike Evans? I'm going to lean just barely towards Mike Evans. I know it's a tough matchup, but I do prefer him. Aviush, Winston, or Darnold? So Sam Darnold's matchup is against the Chicago Bears. They've been pretty good against the pass, have struggled against the run. On the other side, Jameis Winston and the Cleveland Browns, they're going up against Kansas City. Kansas City has struggled against the pass. Aviush, I'd go Jameis Winston. Luperio, between Thielen, Waddle, and Jamison Williams, which ones am I going with? Well, the Miami Dolphins this week, their matchup, Miami's matchup this week, where are those? Miami's against Houston. I don't like that matchup. Luperio, I'd go Thielen and Jamison Williams on that one. Wingman, James Conner or Wilson? I love Garrett Wilson's matchup. I think I'd probably lean a little bit towards James Conner, though. I like James Conner against the Patriots a little bit more. Deputy, Jared Goff against the Bills or Jordan Love against Seattle? I'd go Jordan Love. Just barely in a close call. David Hernandez, it does sound like Breece Hall's going to play. Leaning towards playing are the reports out there right now. Blade Bone Z, I'd go Garrett Wilson. Sergio, Cook, Kamara, or Charbonnet? Love Alvin Kamara. I think Alvin Kamara is absolutely the one out of that group. Love the matchup that he has against the Commanders. So Sergio, Alvin Kamara would be the play for me. Dylan Hinson, Evans, London, Wilson, or Terry McLaurin? I'd probably sit Evans. I like Drake London more than Evans. I like Wilson and Scary Terry. So Dylan Hinson, I'd sit Mike Evans in that group. Leo, DK, or Thielen? Thielen's got the slightly better matchup, I think, going up against the Dallas Cowboys. I lean just slightly, I think, towards Adam Thielen in a close call, but I think I lean just slightly towards Adam Thielen. Cowboys are a bottom 10 pass defense. SpongeBob, Herbert, or Bo Nix? Great question. Bo Nix this week and the Denver Broncos going up against the Indianapolis Colts. Colts as a pass defense so far this year has been terrible. I lean towards Bo Nix. I lean Bo Nix over, no, I'll take it back actually. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers pass defense is that bad. I'll go Herbert over Nix. Herbert over Nix in a close call, but Herbert over Nix. Brandon Castillo, Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, Drake London, or Tyreek Hill. I definitely go Devontae Adams. Brandon Castillo, I'd go Devontae Adams. He would absolutely make the cut. Then it gets a little tricky after that. It depends on how you feel about, honestly, it depends on how you feel about A.J. Brown after those comments. I'd probably go Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, and Tyreek Hill, but it's a close call on that one, Brandon. Between Baker and Kyler, I lean towards I lean towards Kyler. Brandon Castillo, I'd go Kyler Murray on that one. Christian Silva, Aaron Rodgers, or Geno Smith? It's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has the better matchup this week against the Jacksonville pass defense. Drew, Baby, and T-Money, DK or J-Mo? Tough call. I'm going to go DK Metcalf, though. I'll go DK Metcalf on that one. DJ Khaled, Asparagus, pick 3. Hall, Brown, Tracy Jr., James Conner, or Garrett Wilson? James Conner is one of them. James Conner is definitely one of them. I'm probably... James Conner is definitely one of them. I'd say Garrett Wilson is 2. DJ Khaled, I'd go Garrett Wilson 1, James Conner 2, and I think I'd go Chase Brown. I think Chase Brown would be 3. It's a close call, but I think Chase Brown is 3. Don't want to double up on the Jets offense there. EMN, Knicks or Kyler? I'd go Kyler Murray. EMN, I'd go Kyler Murray. I think just barely. Close call, but I think I lean Kyler. Close, though. I can be talked into Knicks. I feel like Kyler is going to have a big bounce back game. What do you feel about James Cook? Buffalo Bills going in that mega matchup against the Detroit Lions. Lions are a good run defense. I don't like James Cook this week. Appreciate the questions. Morgan, if you had to start 3, which 3 would I start? I would start Bo Nix on that one. Bo Nix would be one of them. Bo Nix. I'd probably start A.J. Brown. I'd start A.J. Brown, I'd start Sutton, and I'd start Collins. So, Morgan, it's Brown, Sutton, and Collins. Brown, Sutton, and Collins. Cody, I'd go Justin Herbert. Thanks so much for the question. Blade Bone Z, am I starting JT or James Cook? I'm starting JT this week. Jonathan Taylor is a player I'd go with this week. OBS Danny, Chubb, Vidal, Algier, not good options, but K9 is doubtful. Totally get that. I'd go Algier. It may surprise you, but I'd go Algier. Las Vegas Raiders run defense so far this year. Middle of the pack, but it's had its struggles at times. I'd probably lean Algier. Brother, Chuba Hubbard or Stevenson? Chuba Hubbard. Love his matchup this week. Panthers obviously going up against the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are a terrible run defense. Love Chuba Hubbard this week. Also like Rico Dowdle. If you got Rico Dowdle, definitely want him in the lineup. Christopher, DK Dowdle or D-Hop? It's Dowdle. Brent, 2 running backs out of the group. I would go Brian Robinson Jr. Brian Robinson Jr. would be 1, and James Conner would probably be 2. James Conner and Brian Robinson Jr., those are probably the 2. It's tough for me to sit Tony Pollard right now. Part of me really wants to find a way to get Pollard in there, but I think I'd go James Conner over Pollard, though it's a close call. Appreciate your questions. Hope you're loving the content in the show. Make sure you follow. Make sure you hit the follow button no matter the platform. That way you never miss when we're live. Tony, pick 2. Tony, I'd go A.J. Brown and Jordan Addison. A.J. Brown and Jordan Addison. Do I like the Addison play? Not as much as I did last week. EMN, Ferguson or Kincaid. I'd lean Kincaid. Dope Kid, Chuba Hubbard, Connor, or B-Rob in the flex. All three are good plays this week. I think I'd go Chuba Hubbard, though, believe it or not. I think I'd go Chuba Hubbard just barely over Brian Robinson Jr. Boy, does that feel like a coin flip right now. Very close, but I lean Chuba Hubbard just barely. Dylan Hinson, Charbonnet, Hall, Allen, Etienne, or Bigsby need a running back to start. Don't really love any of your options too much, but I'd probably lean just slightly, I think. I was going to say lean towards Charbonnet, but that's not really actually the best play. Best play is probably... Yeah, the best play is probably Breece Hall. If Breece Hall plays Dylan, I'd go Breece Hall. I think he's probably the best play out of the group. Who dat Dave, Reed or Mooney? On this one, I'm going to lean just slightly towards Jaden Reed. He needs a bounce-back game. I'll go Jaden Reed. Z, start two. Z, I'd start Jacoby Myers, and I'd probably start Adam Thielen just barely ahead of Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm worried Harrison Jr. gets covered by Christian Gonzalez. That's a really tough matchup for him. Blade Bone Z, Mike Evans, JSN, or Garrett Wilson? I'd go Garrett Wilson. Blade Bone Z, Garrett Wilson. Larkus, pick two between Jefferson, McLaurin, Evans, Thomas, and Sutton. I mean, I'm not sitting Justin Jefferson, so I'd go Jefferson and McLaurin. I think Sutton might have a better matchup, though. Michaela Petro, Cardinals defense or Commanders defense? I lean slightly, I think, towards the Commanders defense, actually, with a backup quarterback starting. I think it's a slightly better play. Reversed, pick two. I'd go Kamara and I'd go Adams. Reversed, Kamara and Devontae Adams. Brent, one wide receiver. I'd probably lean A.J. Brown, believe it or not. Hope you guys are loving the content, loving the show. Just going to grab another drink out of the fridge. How we doing, everybody? Everybody having a good day? I certainly hope so. I hope you're having the best Friday of your 2024. Crazy to think we've only got a few more Fridays left in this calendar year before we flip the page to 2025. Of course, before then, we've got fantasy football playoffs to get through. We've got matchups to win. We certainly have bets to place. So throw your questions and comments in the chat. Happy to help with each and every one of your questions. Just put them in the comments section. Michael Abbott, pick between Tyreek Hill, Terry McLaurin, Neighbors, and Bijan. Mixon, Kamara, pick my wide receivers, running backs, and flex. Okay, I'd go Terry McLaurin and Tyreek Hill. I'd go Bijan, Mixon, and Kamara as the running backs in the flex. Boom, there you go. Jared Smith, between Shakir, Thielen, Hall, and Allen. I probably lean Shakir. I lean Shakir just barely. Reason for that, Lions pass defense does give up a good amount of passing yards, so I lean towards Shakir. 24K, DNL, Chase Brown or Tyreek Hill at the flex. Close call. Honestly, it's a very close call for me. I'm going to lean slightly towards Chase Brown, believe it or not, but do I feel great about it? I don't. Quinn Burning, pick two between Evans, Shakir, BTJ, and Waddle. Great question. I'd go Evans and Shakir. Quinn, Evans, and Shakir. Mr. Senju, BTJ, or Smitty. Honestly, I just don't like what I've seen from Devontae Smith. I know he got the touchdown last week, but overall, I'm a little suspect. I will say Smitty's the better play over BTJ, but I am a little nervous about it. EMN, pick two between MHJ, Shakir, Tracy Jr., and McCormick. I'd go MHJ and Shakir. Christian Legion Blitz. I'd go Bijan Robinson and James Conner. Christian Legion Blitz. Bijan Robinson, James Conner would be the two. Hope you're loving the show. Throw your questions in the chat. Brock Hopkins. I'd go Lad McConkey and Jerry Jeudy. Brock Hopkins. I'd go Lad McConkey and Jerry Jeudy. Dope Kid. I'd go Waddle and Dope Kid. I'd go Evans and Wilson. Little Coco. I'd go Chuba Hubbard. Dylan Hinson. I'd go Rashad White. Just barely. Appreciate the question. Roz the God. Adunze or Coleman? I'd go Coleman, believe it or not. I'd go Keon Coleman. The Bears matchup. Never mind. I'll go Adunze. I'll switch that. Ra's the God. I'll go with Dunze. I don't love either one, though, to be honest. Should I be worried about JJ? He just played the Bears and dropped 4.7. Justin Jefferson? He didn't just play the Bears. Who are you talking about? I don't know who JJ is if it's not Justin Jefferson. Am I missing something? Luca Petrarca, pick one for full PPR. Bucky, Pacheco, Tracy, or Braylon. I'd probably go Pacheco. Luca, I'd probably lean Pacheco. Christian Legion Blitz, pick one for the flex. I'm leaning slightly towards Pacheco, Christian Legion Blitz, just barely towards Pacheco, though I don't feel great about it. I'm still waiting to see Pacheco kind of return to old form. JSN, I'd go Dowdle. Jake, between JSN and Dowdle. Jake, I'd go Dowdle. Guys, I do want to do some research tonight. I want to throw out some picks for tonight's action. Looking at the NBA for tonight's games, we've got Pacers and 76ers, Wizards and the Cavaliers, Hornets and the Bulls, Lakers and the Timberwolves, Nets and the Grizzlies, Clippers at the Nuggets, Suns at the Jazz, and the Spurs at the Trailblazers. We're going to be giving out some picks throughout the course of the show, so keep your ears perked over the next few minutes because we're going to drop a few picks on you guys between now and the end of the show. Andrew Tang, I'll go Bo Nix. Little Coco, I'd go Bo Nix. I'd go Bo Nix as well on that one. Hope you're enjoying the content and enjoying the show. Brother Ed, Jalen Hurts or Jared Goff? Really good question on this one. I think I lean slightly towards Jalen Hurts because the rushing touchdowns. You know who leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns right now? It's Jalen Hurts. So I lean Jalen Hurts right now, just barely because the rushing touchdowns. If you haven't done so, hit the follow button. D. Painter, Andrews or Hawkinson? Great question. I'm probably leaning just slightly on this one. I'm leaning slightly towards Hawkinson. D. Painter, I'm leaning Hawkinson, but it's close. Dylan Henson, I'd go Wilson and... Dylan Henson, I'd go Montgomery and James Conner. Dylan Henson, Montgomery and James Conner. Thanks so much for the question. Shelly Berry Lover, I'd go DJ Moore and Shakir. Shelly, DJ Moore, and Shakir. Little Coco, great question. Jonnu Smith's been coming on strong, but I lean Mark Andrews. I'd go Mark